Terima kasih saudara dan saudari majlis. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Assalatu wassalamu syafil anbiya mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. La haula wala quwwata illa billah. Yang berbahagia Datuk Dr. Daud Bakar, Presiden ke-8 IIUM, saudara saya Profesor Israji Sarudin, Timbalan Rektor Akademik dan Pautan Industri, serta juga pengerusi IIUM Takrim Day 2019, Dr. Lihana Borhan, Timbalan Pengerusi Takrim Day 2019, rakan-rakan pengurusan universiti, hadiran jemputan Tok Batin khususnya, warga IIUM yang dikasihi, para media, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang dihormati sekalian. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Terlebih dahulu saya ingin melafazkan syukur kepada Allah SWT yang telah memberi izin kita berjumpa pada kali yang sekian dalam dewan yang amat bermakna bagi saya, kerana inilah kali pertama saya memberi ucapan hampir setahun yang lalu, dan kita memperingatkan diri kita bahawa universiti ini adalah satu amanah yang ingin kita bawa ke hadapan untuk memajukan lagi bukan sahaja pendidikan tetapi umat Islam secara keseluruhannya. Dalam konteks itu, hari ini cukup bermakna kepada kita dalam hal kita hendak mewar-warkan lagi kecemerlangan dan juga apa saja usaha yang telah kita jalankan bersama sepanjang tahun lalu. Hari ini bertambah lagi kerana kita mendapat presiden baru yang berbahagia, Datuk Dr. Muhammad Daud Bakar, yang telah lama kita tunggu sebenarnya, dan hari ini insya-Allah menghadirkan diri dengan kita pada hari ini. Saya amat bersyukur kepada Allah SWT kerana nampaknya kita sudah ada satu pasukan yang lengkap dengan timbalan rektornya, dengan dekan-dekannya, dan sekarang ini ada seorang presiden di mana kita juga dapat mengadu hal dan mendapat nasihat, pandangan untuk membawa universiti ini terus mara ke hadapan. Colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, let me first of all welcome you to this particular occasion, which I felt a very important occasion for us to quote-unquote celebrate what we have done in the year 2019. Is it 2019? Yes, 2019. Yeah. If I can recall, somewhere in August last year, when I first met you as the rector of the university, we deliberately created an atmosphere of the university that belongs to all of us. I remember calling all of us to work together as a family, not as staff or students of the university. We want to create a larger family where we can share all the things that we have done together in the name of the university, in the name of Islam, to bring it forward as a kind of a movement, not just within the academic circle, but indeed beyond it. Not just within Malaysia, but indeed beyond it. Not just within ourselves, but taking everybody else into consideration. Now, alhamdulillah, today we have really looked at that particular concept and called this a Takrim Day, particularly to enlarge those kind of spirit and aspiration. Takrim Day, as far as I understand, is basically about a sharing day. It is not recognizing one individual people, but basically a team of people, a group of people who have been working together. And hence, this year I think we have enlarged the idea of recognition rather than award per se, so that everybody can be included and feel inclusive in the context of moving forward and getting the university into the top gear, as we say, leading the way forward. And I indeed very happy with the work that has been done, and a lot of thoughts has been going into this so that we can recognize as many people as possible. And therefore you will see some differences. We don't actually talk about the quantum of money we give. Maybe it's slightly less than last year or the year before, but we have now sort of distributed it quite almost evenly so that everybody will get their fair share in the context of just a token that you have done and what you have given to the university. So I hope this particular year will change our mindset that we are here together, not for the sake of individuality, but for the sake of the Ummah, for us working together as a community of scholars, as a community of concerned Muslims, and certainly as a community of the citizens of the world. And this is a shift of mindset that I hope will take us more forward as we move into the second year of making this university the way we want it and the way we see it ought to be. For that particular reason, I would like to also thank the committee for recognizing what we have done last year in creating sustainable development as part and parcel of the mission university to get into a global agenda where we will work with other parts of the world, not only the Muslim world, but also the non-Muslim world as such. Yeah? I would like, therefore, if I can have the first slide, just to remind you the kind of structure that we have created within the university, that the university is talking about how do you humanize education, in other words, bring back the values of humanity and the divine values within the education system. And this is now articulated within the triple ICE as we have known it as far as university philosophy is concerned. We have talked about the falsafah pendidikan kebangsaan, which has been there for the last 30 years, but now needs to be resurrected, reinterpreted and rejuvenated as a basis of education of Malaysian to the world as such. And we have now looked at this in a very serious way, and we are writing a case study for it, looking at Bosnia as how falsafah pendidikan negara has shaped a country in the heart of Europe. And therefore, falsafah pendidikan kebangsaan is not something that we can dismiss or we should dismiss. Now the university is putting this as a foundation of how we work this through together with the philosophy of the university. Within that ambit, therefore, we talk about the Maqasid Asyariah. In the falsafah pendidikan kebangsaan, there is the word compassion and devotion to God as a basis of education, creating the human being, the balanced human being that we want. And therefore, we have deliberately put in the Maqasid Asyariah, and I think there's a group of scholars working around this, going to write a book on it, not only about the Maqasid Asyariah, but how that it relates to the global goal. And I think this is the moment that we want to celebrate, the kind of flagship that all of you have been working together. For information of the President, we've got 29 flagships now that have been working at various stages, and today we are recognizing at least 8 of them. They've moved forward, making impact and also making waves to a certain extent in trying to bring in Maqasid and the Sustainable Development Goal as a kind of a development project as far as the university is concerned. Very briefly, that are all the kuliahs that are involved. Alhamdulillah, all the 17 goals of sustainable development have been adhered to by kuliahs, either individually or in tandem with one another. And that's a kind of a rough diagram that I have for you, but we will then articulate this a little bit more. What is important also is to realize what are the main things that we have done. As we analyze the flagships and the kind of activities that have been going on, we begin to see education is one of the most worked on sustainable development goal, which is rightly so, right? Then we have got a question of health, 17 projects. We have got a question of poverty, 6 projects, and the question of peace and also harmony, another 5 projects. So we can see the emphasis of where the university is going, and therefore the kind of investment that we need to make, and more importantly, how to link this together so that it becomes a very strong foundation of moving this university forward within the context of the Islamic world and the Islamic view. The rest are also there, but they may not be now, as apparent as it is, because some of them are just beginning to work. Yeah? But what is more interesting that I want to share with you, as we look at the analysis, we begin to see out of the 5 Maqasid Asyariah, the question of faith is the one that is least subscribed as far as sustainable development goal is concerned. This to me becomes a challenge for us as we talk about sustainable development in a balance between spirituality and materialism. We find that the sustainable development goal has not given enough emphasis on the first, which is spirituality and consciousness and the rest of it. And therefore, I think it becomes a role of this university to build that particular dimension so that all the other things will be equilibrated within the context of materialism and also spirituality. Yeah? We have moved, and I think we are going to discuss whether we should create another sustainable development goal, which is Sustainable Development Goal 18, that talks about spirituality and spiritual knowledge. I think this discussion has been going on, and inshallah, I think within a few weeks we will decide where to go and where to take it on, whether this will be a contribution of IIUM into the whole idea of sustainable development goal, make it more complete, make it more comprehensive, and also making it more balanced between spirituality and what have you beside that. Yeah? So this particular day to me is a very auspicious day in the sense of not just recognizing, but also building more ideas, moving this forward into what we hope to be leading the way as far as IIUM is concerned. Yeah? Last but not least, I would like to thank everybody, particularly the committee who have given enough thoughts on this. I think we have many meetings, late evening meetings as it were, because everybody was busy. But alhamdulillah, we have arrived at this stage, which I can proudly say that we have created something new, that is something that we will, all of us can contribute together, not only in terms of aspiration, but also in terms of action. So alhamdulillah, thank you very much for that. And I really want to recognize everybody. Either you will get an award or not today, but there is something that I think we need to share together as far as university is concerned. I would like to end just like Professor Irsaji with a pantun directed to the President. Orang mengail pergi ke hulu, pergi mengail hingga ke petang. Sudah lama kami menunggu, kami ucapkan selamat datang. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh dan terima kasih.